I'm sick too. If you have a
vomit,
tummy flu.
Oh yeah, even if I have that, if I vomit, it comes out. I can't help it.
And the pee comes out. I've never heard of that. I've heard of like vomiting and diarrhea at the same time.
I don't.
Montezuma's revenge. Don't act like y'all ain't had a bad piece of pizza before. Dania's next. Let's see what your sign says, Dania. You cut your toenails and you eat them.
Yes.
Okay, check this out.
People always call me gross, probably because I clip my toenails, smell them. With pimples, I like getting out the white stuff. You know, it just makes me feel better. I just get a feeling of relief, like, oh. Any sore I get, I have to pick the scabs. I just put it right on my front teeth. Just, you know, bite down, chew it a little. I like that it's crispy, kind of like a cracker. People, they really don't expect me to be gross, but as soon as they find out, like, the gross habits that I have, their opinion of me changes real fast.
Okay, so you like to take the nail and then you put it in your mouth, the toenail.
Right.
What does it taste like to you?
The taste, it's like a bitter taste.
A bitter taste?
Yeah, it's not like nasty, like, it's just a taste. I'm just curious. I just want to see what it tastes like. That's it.
Okay. And do you ever like pick your teeth with it? If you have a piece of like lettuce stuck in your tooth, do you like, get it out like a Q-tip, like a toothpick?
I like to smell it. I want to see what it smells like. So I'll clip my toenails, you know, put it in my mouth, taste it, and then I'll smell it. And the smell is like a feet smell, but not like a stinky, like not stinky feet smell, but I just have to do it. I can't help it. I have to.
Okay. And your sister is here, Shantia. She also eats the scabs and picks the scabs.
Yes.
And does she try to pick your scabs too?
When she was a little girl, like 2 years old, she used to try to pick our scabs and eat them. And sometime when no one was watching, she would go and eat her scabs.
You eat your own scabs?
Yes.
And you also have an addiction that I kind of am into too. She comes and looks at everybody's faces in the family and tries to do what, Shantia?
Yes, try to pop the pimples, no matter where we're at, no matter what time it is. We at the grocery store, the mall, outside of the
Doesn't matter.
park.
Loves to pop a pimple. What is it about a pimple that you love to pop?
Oh my goodness, the white stuff. You know how the white stuff is right at the tip? I just have to like get it and squeeze it and just make all the pus come out, and I'll just wipe it off and just keep going, keep doing it until I get all the pus. I have to get all the pus.
Do you know I have that addiction too, and so does
Really?
my mother. I mean, do you have it too? Oh yeah. Dustin, you have the pop the pimple?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I just like...
Yeah. I mean, I will be in the grocery store, and if somebody got a pimple on the back of their neck, I just want to get it so badly. In season 2 of the Tyra Show, Dr. Amy Wexler taught us how to pop a zit the right way, and I actually did it on the stage. And so I recently saw this website called Pop That Zit, and I knew I had to meet the creator. This is Chris Izeri. Check out some of the videos he posted on his site. I have to warn you, if you have a sensitive stomach, do not watch this. Do not watch this. It is gross, but good for us. We love this kind of stuff. Let's look at some of it. Just like a disease, the gross out trend is going viral.
Well, that's gross. Look at that, baby.
Thanks to websites like popthatzit.com, people can upload their favorite pimple-popping videos for the whole world to enjoy. Or not.
Trying to keep in focus here. Oh my God, that's horrible.
I loved it! Dania, did you love that? I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I loved it, and I know my mom is watching right now going, where the hell is that website? Why did you start this site? Do you love it like me and Dania love popping pimples?
I like it. I mean, I saw a void, and I filled that void. I saw some videos online, and I tried to find one I had seen in college a while ago, and I couldn't find anything. But I found some other weird zit-filled stuff, and I said, you know what? I'm going to create Pop That Zit, and it like blew up the first day. I mean, the more and more I hear people saying they love it. I mean, people don't want to admit it, but everyone loves a good pop, you know?
The last one, did you guys see the last one? It just kept going and going
It's
and
amazing.
going. It just kept going and going. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you get some, I never think
Yes,
it could top.
look at it.
That was a Pop That's It exclusive right there.
That was exclusive.
Yeah.
Do it one more time before we go to break. One more time. Oh, my God. Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's fantastic. Don't we just love that, Dania? That is great. You are my sister on that one, girl.
All right.
What's the grossest thing you've ever done? Go to TyraShow.com and tell us about your most disgusting habit. And tell me if you love looking at pimples being popped and popping them, too. I prefer blackheads, though, by the way. They're nice and clean.
We got that.
We'll be right back. Up next, she is obsessed with her father's death.
When my father died in the car accident, I saved the clothes that he died in.
How often would you put the clothes on, your father's clothes? I'm so sorry.
Daily,
Daily.
at least once a day, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
And later, I am trying to help this mother find her missing daughter.
Amber, whoever has you, whatever you're being told, whatever's being done to you, we're looking for you. And you have to believe you just need to eat away.
Helen lost her mother to cancer, and then she watched her husband of 10 years walk out the door when she was pregnant with their third child. And then she lost her dad in the most horrific highway accident imaginable. And Helen always felt anxious, but now her anxiety turned into a full-blown disorder. Check this out. Approximately 3.3 million Americans suffer from OCD. And like Helen, their suffering can almost be indescribable.
What does it feel like to be obsessed? It feels like hell. Since my dad passed away, the OCD, I think, has taken on a life of its own.
Helen's compulsive behavior has taken over almost every minute of her life.
I can't go to sleep, I can't settle down. Torment, insanity, doing the same thing over and over. And this is my life.
And now, Helen's OCD is putting her children at risk too.
Put your backpacks in the trunk. Seatbelts. Okay, seatbelt time, okay? I have a seatbelt thing. They're not tied enough. They can never be tied enough. Lainey, you got your seatbelt? Yeah. Seatbelt? Seatbelt? I mean, driving, I've done it since I was 16 and I never had a problem. And now? Oh, God, of course, we have to be behind a bus. I always think, oh, my God, that's the last thing my dad saw. I can't breathe.
Mommy, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I think I'm going to have to get over there. God, I want to live.
Obsessive-compulsive disorder is an anxiety disorder where people have intrusive thoughts and repetitive behaviors like checking if the door is locked 100 times. You know, they'll leave the house, come back 100 times. They're being obsessed with germs and constantly washing themselves so much that they actually start to bleed, or hoarding tons of useless stuff and even garbage until they can't even move in their own house. Did you always have OCD?
I think I had a mild case of it as a child. Just little quirks, like when we were driving down the street, I'd have to lift my feet every time we passed a stoplight. But it wasn't anything that was disrupting my life until as of recently.
Helen's dad, as we said earlier, he died in a horrific car accident. Tell me about the car accident, because it connects to you driving and seeing a certain type of vehicle on the road. Tell me about the vehicle on the road that you see that reminds you of your dad's death.
Well, there was a stalled city bus on the freeway that broke down, and it had no lights. So my dad came around a blind curve, and he hit the back of the bus at 65. So my dad was partially decapitated, and I had to go down to the hospital and sign for his name to let them know who he was.
To identify him.
To identify him. And ever since that point, I haven't been able to drive the freeway. I couldn't get on the freeway. I could hardly drive the streets. I couldn't even get my kids to school, which is down the street, because I was so afraid of driving.
And there's another obsession that developed after her father died. Check this out.
When my father died in the car accident, I saved the clothes that he died in, and I routinely put them on because I try to figure out what happened. I I feel embarrassed. I feel ashamed. And I stare at clothes. And I want it to stop. I hate it. And it's not healthy for me.
How often would you put the clothes on? Your father's clothes. I'm so sorry. How often would you put the clothes on?
Daily.
Daily.
At least once a day, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
Really?
It started out with me trying to piece the clothes back together.
I saw they were very torn.
Yeah, they were cut off in the car. And I would
To get
try
him out of the car.
Yes,
They had to cut his clothes off.
But I stole the clothes from the impound yard because they were sitting in the baseboard of the car. So I stole them and I took them home.
And these are the clothes he died in?
Yes, it was the clothes he died in.
So did they have blood on them? And
yes,
they did.
His wife beater was covered in blood, and his.
It's okay. It's okay.
His shoe was stuck under the brake pedal, and it was covered with brain matter. So those are the clothes that I took home, and I originally started piecing them back together, almost like it was a puzzle that I wish I could put back together. And then it went from that to putting them on. I had to wear them.
And when you put the clothes on your body, what did it make you feel like when you would put those clothes on your body?
I guess I was trying to feel what he felt when he died, or I was trying to figure it out.
And you never got an answer until you got therapy?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I actually never got an answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The therapy helped you to realize that you're not going to get an answer.
Right.
And it's okay to cry that our parents died. You know, that's normal. That's human. That doesn't mean that you're not recovered from the obsessive compulsive of wearing the clothes.
Exactly, and I finally actually went to visit my mom and my dad at the cemetery, which I had never done before, so that was a good thing. So
go to TyraShow.com to find out more information on the first season of Obsessed on A&E TV. And good luck to you.
Thank you
come a long
so
way.
much.
Okay, we'll be right back. Up next, she had OCD, but find out the incredible way that she overcame it.
My dad just inexplicably died. I came up with in my head that I was responsible for him dying.
When Abby's father first died, she dealt with the loss by kissing his photo a few times a day. A few times a day turned into a few hundred times a day until his face actually started to flake off in the photo. Abby's obsessive compulsive disorder got so bad that she started cutting herself, cutting her skin herself with nail clippers, and she would pound herself in the head with her fists as many as 250 times in a row. Helen just talked to us about her OCD, and it got very compulsive after her father died. Also, you had the connection because of your father. And what did you start doing? But I know it started with praying first.
Yeah, it was kissing and praying a lot.
And praying.
I was really praying for forgiveness. I was at this point where I was 11, so I had this feeling that there was a cause and effect, and my dad just inexplicably died. I mean, he had cancer, but it was very quick. And so I came up with in my head that I was responsible for him dying.
Okay.
So I was praying for forgiveness.
And so it started with some Hebrew prayers in the morning and night, and then how often were you praying as it grew?
By the time I got to college, it was about 3-4 hours a day. And
3 to 4 hours a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if people knocked on the door to see where I was or anything, I had to start over. I had to start praying if I saw an ambulance go by on the street that everything would turn out okay. And then it turned into anything that had a siren. And then...
So you were praying to make sure that to make things okay, so that that person would be safe, or
so
that
nobody
fire
else
there
would
be
die.
Because you felt like it was your fault that your father died, and so you can control other people getting hurt.
Exactly.
Okay, and then it got it got worse with objects. Tell me about the objects that you started to collect.
Yeah.